Well, it's always been my passion to run for sheriff and be the sheriff since I was a little boy. I was going to be involved in law enforcement, but I felt like the sheriff career passing. Hate to see him go so soon, but I felt like it was one of our best opportunities if I ever wanted to be sheriff to get out there and do it again.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, are there things going on in the county that you see need improving or could be done better? I mean, what would you bring to the sheriff's office that's not being done now?
What I would bring to the sheriff's office is my slogan, the People's Sheriff. And my definition to the citizens of Georgetown County for the People's Sheriff is accountability, accessibility, compassion for all communities, and building that bridge between all communities, because each and every community have their different needs. And that's what I would bring new to the sheriff's office.
Now, one issue that has been hot lately, and we did a poll this week, almost 1,000 people responded, and the majority of those who responded said they do not feel their kids are safe in school. What could Darryel Carr do as sheriff to help ease those concerns of parents?
Well, we have to be a little bit more visibility, do a little bit more. One of my platforms of running, I want to do more with the school resource officers. Of course, they're there at the schools. I know they just got this big grant that they're trying to put more officers in school, but then those officers need to be more of a mentor to kids. And I do feel like that would help secure the schools a little bit more, because the kids will be willing to come and talk to the officers and tell the officers, like say somebody had a bad day at school, and that day they see the officer outside, and they say, listen, something's going to happen tomorrow. Joe Blow said that he's going to do this tomorrow. That helps solve crimes. That's one of my things I would do to help enhance school security. I think it's a lot of the schools are pretty well secure and safe, but of course we always can do better.
I mean, the middle school, high school, the resource officers are pretty busy. I mean, you got huge campuses, especially at the high school level, and pretty big campuses at the middle school level. The elementary schools, because there's so many, you don't have as many students. So the job itself of patrolling is probably not as cumbersome. So what other things could they be doing during the day to help, build a rapport with kids and stuff like that, especially at the elementary school levels? What would you advise the SROs to be doing?
Well, we could have a program where they're having a class, that the school resource officer teaching a class. Not all day, but at least part of the day, because they still have to be there for security. But with elementary school, it's going to be a little more of educating the kids and making them feel more comfortable, because they're little, and they see the police there with a uniform and guns, so they're going to think differently. So we have to do more of putting them in the classroom and do more of educating them of different bullying type situations and stuff like that.
Let me talk about now the changing topics here a little bit. The budget. The sheriff, of course, has to be in control of the budget. You've got a bus tour company, MBF Charters, and a driving school. So you're a local businessman. You've had to make budgets work. How is that going to help you in the sheriff's department?
It will help me tremendously. Of course, we deal with me with my own business. Okay, I gotta watch my dollars. Now, the sheriff's office, I gotta watch the sheriff's department dollars and the citizens of Georgetown County, their dollars, because it's their dollars we have to watch. And to first start off with, we have to learn to do more with less at first. And then once we gain the citizens' trust with what we're doing with the budget, then we go in there and we ask for more. But my approach to all that was, we have to learn to do more with less. And then once we gain the public trust and let them know that what we're doing and how we're doing it, then we move forward. And another thing I would do as the sheriff, I would have a state of the county address, every quarter to let the citizens of Georgetown County know what we're doing with their taxpayers' money and let them know what we're doing to help keep them safe.
Now, would that be in written form, or would you hold like a press conference, or I mean, how would that be delivered?
It'd be both. It'd be in written form, and well, I plan to do have town hall meetings around the county, because of course we don't have no real big place around here to hold a real big town hall meeting. So I will have town hall meetings around the county and have a state county address every quarter to let them know what we're doing with taxpayers' dollars.
Now, let me ask you, you were part of the sheriff's department. I think you left in 2001, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, from what I understand, you actually turned in your notice that you were leaving on September 11th, 2001. Why that particular day?
It just wasn't that day, but well, when that day came and when I saw what happened, I was like, I don't want to do this. But I knew what I wanted to do in the future, so I had to let it go. That was the hardest day in my life to really walk away from law enforcement at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock when I saw that happen. But it wasn't planned that day. Of course, once I went in there and gave my resignation, this happened to fall on that day.
So you knew before 8:40, I think it was 8:49 a.m. when the first plane hit, you knew that was your last day. You didn't know when you were turning in your resignation that was going to be that day as we know it today.
No.
Do you regret it being that day now?
Huh?
Do you regret it being that day that
Yes.
you turned in your resignation now?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Did you have any second thoughts saying
I have a
maybe?
lot of second thoughts of not leaving, staying and see what I could do. Of course, that's everybody. It affected everybody. It just didn't affect people up north. It affected everybody. That was hard for me to walk away at that point.
But forget about it being September 11th. Why did you decide to leave law enforcement to begin with? I mean, not having anything to do with that day.
My intention was to run for sheriff. And to run for sheriff, of course, you can't be there and run against the sheriff. I mean, I respect the officers enough, and I respect the sheriff enough to step away from it and form my own platform of run for that office.
But you were going to run for sheriff, but there wasn't going to be another election until 2004, because he ran in 2000. So why did you leave so early?
Well, I had to build my business, get my business started, and be able to feed my family.
So you were starting the driving school and the bus charter business?
No, we were starting the bus charter business.
Oh, okay. How do you go from law enforcement to that kind of business? That's always interesting too. I mean, this is totally opposite of law enforcement. So,
well, we was already my wife was already kind of doing it. She was doing it on a smaller scale. She would do different trips to different events, and she would rent a van. And then it got to be bigger, so what she would do was charter a bus, and that went on for a while. She had to keep chartering a bus, so we sat down one day and said, well, you know what, let's buy a bus and see if we can make this go, and that's how it started.
let me ask you this. I mean, of course, your opponent, Mr. Weaver, his platform is experience, and he tells people to go to the website and look at. That's his message. How are you counteracting that? His message of I've been here for continuous since 2001. How do you respond to that and counter that?
The people share accountability, accessibility, compassion for all communities. I want to have a enhanced traffic investigation team to wear whip motorcycles, and among all the other stuff that I have on my platform, state of the county address, being visible in the community, So I said all that to say, I mean, yes, he's been there, but I mean, are he doing these things now? No. And that's what I plan to do as sheriff.
County councils had this proposal that they've deferred now a couple of times about base salaries. And basically, back in the day, I think it was when Tom Swatzel was on council, they created this ordinance that a newcomer wouldn't make the same thing that somebody's been there 25 years is making. They'd start at a base level. They haven't really done anything with that. They want to, the proposal was to amend that, but they haven't done anything. So I don't know what your salary would be if you were to win, but do you think you should be making what Lane Cribb was making from on day one?
If I'm running an election, I win the election, and I'm assuming all the duties of the expired term of the sheriff, which is Mr. Cribb, then I should inherit his salary. Because obviously there's people that are making more than what the starting salary is for the sheriff. So how can a new sheriff come in and make less than what the deputies that's making there, and he's the head of the department? That can't be.
So on December 3rd, why should people vote for Darryel Carr for the Republican nomination for sheriff?
Voting for Darryel Carr December 3rd, you voted for change. We have been doing the same thing in this county for so many years, and I feel like all citizens in Georgetown County needs change. So you vote for Darryel Carr, you vote for change. So please go out and tell your friends and your family we need change in Georgetown County.